Hello and welcome to IndoDiveX, a podcast about diving, ocean stories, and the incredible underwater world of Indonesia. I'm Mia.
And I'm Kai. In this podcast, we explore marine life, diving adventures, and the magic of the Coral Triangle.
I am so excited for today's topic. We're finally tackling the big one. Why, out of every place on this blue marble we call Earth, is Indonesia the absolute richest when it comes to ocean life?
It's a huge question, Mia. And for anyone who's ever dipped a mask into Indonesian waters, it's a feeling you get instantly. It's like jumping into a living, breathing mosaic. Whether you were in Raja Ampat or the Sunda Strait, the sheer volume of life is mind-blowing.
Right? People call it the Amazon of the seas. But let's look at the why. Geologically, Indonesia is basically the VIP lounge of the planet. It's sitting right at the junction of three massive tectonic plates, the Eurasian, Australian, and Pacific plates.
Exactly. This complex triple junction has been shifting and colliding for over 50 million years. All that movement created over 17,000 islands and a coastline stretching over 95,000 kilometers. That's a lot of real estate for coral to grow.
And it's not just the land, it's the water moving between the land. Have you ever explained the Indonesian Throughflow to someone? It's like the ocean's hidden engine.
Oh, I love this part. Imagine the Pacific Ocean is a giant bathtub that's slightly higher than the Indian Ocean. Because of that difference in sea level, massive amounts of water are forced through Indonesia's narrow straits and deep basins.
And when we say massive, we mean it. Oceanographers use a unit called a sverdrup to measure it. One sverdrup is 1 million cubic meters of water per second. The through flow moves about 15 sverdrups. That is the equivalent of 15,000 rivers the size of the one in David Pickle's diving Bali, all flowing at once through the islands.
It's incredible. And as that deep Pacific water hits the Indonesian continental shelf, it creates these powerful upwellings. It pulls nutrient-rich water from the dark depths up to the sunlit surface. It's like a giant fertilizer machine for the reefs, fueling plankton blooms that feed everything from tiny pygmy seahorses to massive manta rays.
It's a biological conveyor belt. It carries eggs and larvae across thousands of kilometers, constantly replenishing life from one island to the next.
Which brings us to the numbers. Indonesia hosts about 18% of the world's coral reefs. We're talking over 600 species of reef-building corals. To put that in perspective, scientists have found more coral species around a single island here than in the entire Caribbean.
And the fish. In eastern Indonesia alone, there are over 1,650 fish species. If you go to Cape Kri in Raja Ampat, you're at a world record holder. It officially holds the record for the highest fish diversity ever recorded on a single dive. It's pure, exhilarating chaos down there. Massive bumphead parrotfish, Napoleon wrasse, and clouds of colorful antheas.
It's not just the reefs, though. Indonesia also has the world's largest mangrove forest. These mangroves and the vast seagrass meadows act as nurseries for the reefs. They trap sediment, keeping the water clear so the corals can breathe and grow.
And let's not forget the deep sea. We're still discovering things. A recent expedition off South Java reached depths of 2,000 meters and found a supergiant isopod. It looks like a massive underwater pill bug and over a dozen completely new species.
It just goes to show how much we still have to learn. But Mia, we should probably do a quick ocean fact lightning round before we wrap up. You want to start?
Let's do it. Fact 1. The Wallace Line is an invisible boundary running through Indonesia that separates Asian wildlife from Australian wildlife. And part of the reason it exists is because of those powerful through-flow currents.
Fact 2. Indonesia's mangroves and seagrasses are blue carbon superstars. They can store massive amounts of carbon, which is a huge deal for fighting climate change.
Fact 3, there's a species called the walking shark endemic to these waters. It's exactly what it sounds like, a shark that uses its fins to walk along the bottom.
They are so cool to see on a night dive.
They really are. But on a more serious note, Kai, looking at all this wealth, the 3,000 species of fish, the endless coral gardens, it really makes you realize why the ocean matters so much.
It's the lifeblood of the region. These ecosystems provide food for over 120 million people and support the livelihoods of millions of fishers. Beyond the economy, these reefs protect our shorelines from erosion and storms. If we lose the reefs, we lose so much of what makes life possible on these islands.
It's a fragile magic. Between overfishing and climate change, these waters are under a lot of pressure. But knowing how it all works, the currents, the geology, it gives us a roadmap for how to protect it.
Exactly. Every dive is a reminder that we aren't just visitors, we're part of this system.
Well said, Kai. I think that's a perfect spot to break.
Thank you for listening to IndoDiveX.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and share it with fellow ocean lovers.
Until the next dive, keep exploring and keep protecting our ocean.